All the cliches as well, all to play for, but literally all to play for, 4-all at the end of that first session, and just tremendous stuff from both Neil Robertson and Judd Trump. But earlier in the show we asked you for some tweets and we've had loads, so thank you very much for everyone who's contacted BBC Snooker. Just pick out a few more for the boys to go over. This one's from Matthew Boyce. He says, what's everyone's opinion on what was the greatest snooker rivalry over the years, and do all snooker players get on with each other? I like the last bit. Steve, let's start with you.
Well, I think all the players do generally get on with each other. We have a laugh. There's a lot of banter. We all rib each other, yeah. But yeah, we're all from the same, hewn from the same piece of rock, so we all know what it's like to be a player. Occasionally somebody gets out of order with somebody else, but it doesn't last too long, yeah. Only for about 5 or 10 years. Rivalry?
I used to love Steve and Alex Higgins when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. I used to love watching the matches.
I used to hate him for a while because he stole my thunder, and it was really, I really struggled with that. There's been rivalries, but it's very rare when two players come like exactly the same time at the peak of their game. Right? Yeah. Perhaps John Higgins, Ronnie O'Sullivan, yeah. Perhaps Stephen and Jimmy, but I think Stephen was still dominant in that respect. But it's hard to pick which is the best rivalry.
My favourite was always Alex Higgins against Steve Davis, because they were two players that really hated each other. Yeah. You know? And particularly Alex Higgins, because he used to say on numerous occasions that he hated Steve Davis. You know? And they were totally polar.
Different characters. Yeah,
totally polar opposites.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think he hated me because I was the fast attacking one.
Yes, and that has been borne out by your style subsequently. This one's from Robert Lally. He says, for you, Stephen, would Stephen trade one of his world titles to win one of this generation?
I wouldn't give one away because I've still got one more than him, so I wouldn't want to go back the same as Steve. But to win one now would be incredible. In any ranking tournament now, that's why I still play, because I think if I won any tournament now, it'd be worth more than other ones put together, because obviously the standard's so high.
Okay, this is from Jake Miller for you, Steve. He says, does Steve think he could take on Judd if he was still playing like he was in the 80s? That's you, obviously, not Judd. How do you think you'd get on with the way Judd plays at the moment?
My views on snooker and how it's developed over the years, I don't think any previous generation could have lived with the generation that is playing now.
Really? And why do you say that then?
It's just so strong, so attacking, so accurate amongst the balls. The players are better at clearing them up in one visit. The break building has been has got to the nth degree of great exponents of that. Yeah, okay, so you could tie players up in knots, but you can't tie Judd Trump up in knots, and he bashes them all in.
Well, I was going to ask then, so were you saying that the defensive safety play that a lot of players' games are based on is susceptible to a strong attacker?
I think it's a thing of the past, basically. I just don't think it'll work again in today's game.
You can't win by playing safety. I mean, I play safety more than most, but you can't win a match or a tournament playing safety. You still got to plot the balls and make the big breaks, and that's what these guys are doing very efficiently.
Every era you're going to get a couple of players who are perhaps spearheading that era and are above the general standard, and they last a bit longer in the game perhaps. And Stephen's still in just outside the top 16, and that does happen. But somewhere down the line, it's not just about the age of the player. Somewhere down the line, the standard just improves. So. We don't know how good Stephen is today as compared to back in the 90s, because the standard he's playing against is higher as well. So there's two X factors going on. Very hard to judge.
Okay, we've got one more tweet. We'll take one more tweet. This is from Ben Homans. He says, what's the best bit of advice you've ever been given in your career, Ken?
Best bit of advice? Practice hard.
Practice hard. What's the best bit of advice?
Yeah, I think so. Work hard. I think you see a lot of players over the years have tremendous talent and perhaps haven't put the graft in, and they don't get their just reserves.
Steve, I don't expect you to say work hard.
No, I remember my father saying to me, why don't you go down the snooker club? I'm trying to put a bet on here. That was a good bit of a bet. Keep your head still. Before, during and after the shot.
Head still and work hard at it. There's all your advice. And certainly Neil Robertson and Judd Trump have been doing that. Well, we are going to show you, we saw earlier that Ricky Walden is through to the semi-finals. Of course, that's tomorrow. But who would he play? Would it be Mark Allen or Marco Fu? Well, Mark Allen had made it to the semis here last year, but he lost to